Good morning, my name is Christelle from Frans, the Klerk Independent Technical Analyst. The first one on our list is York Timber, ticker on our exchange YRK. And we can see that this share is about to change that MACD, that signal line, the zero line, into a support, and that will be seen as positive. That will confirm the bullish trend towards this share. Now we can see the share immediately found support there on the line graph at R1.57. My 40-week moving average, the red line, is still a resistance waiting at R2.02. But something I want to highlight here is the spike in volume that we saw in the week of the 9th of October 2023. So if this share price continues to rise, we can assume that the sellers have dried up and that there are only buyers left. And a spike in volume, along with a higher share price, is seen as very positive and confirmation that there's only buyers left that are interested in this share. If I go back to a candle graph, we can see this is a beautiful example of a bell line candle, a positive one, where the closing price on the week before that, and on the week of the 9th of October, where the volume took place, that closing price was R1.66, and the opening price in the following week of the 16th of October was R1.70. That bell line candle also confirms the optimism for the share. At the moment, the strong support on York that needs to hold is waiting at R1.50. Below R1.50, again, you can use that as a stop loss. We can assume then again that the momentum to the bottom can continue. Keep in mind, this is a relatively thin share. In other words, not always a lot of volume, which means it can become difficult to get in and out of the share if the spread are so wide. But a nice share to keep an eye on and to see whether that volume will confirm the optimism. The JSE, obviously also listed as a share on our exchange, has got on a candle graph strong example here of a possible, there's two formations here. One, this is a double bottom, right? Once that neckline changes into a support, optimism will be confirmed and a double bottom is seen as a turnaround pattern for more upside. If I start my formation here, this is seen as a cup and handle formation. With that neckline waiting, I'll give you that exact level now. And why do I call that a cup and handle and this part a double bottom? Because this part almost has support at the same levels. Both loops have found support at the same level. A cup and handle is where the second loop has got a little bit of a higher support level, which means it looks like a cup and a handle formation. Nevertheless, both of them are turnaround patterns. Both of them implies that, listen, should that neckline, and that is waiting at R97.66, should that neckline start to change into a support and remain one, we can assume that the momentum to the top can continue. Very important, my 40-week moving average is waiting very close to that line, and that is waiting at R98.42. Above that level, the long-term sentiment towards the share will change to positive. Very important, we can also see that 40-week moving average is a strong resistance. In the week of the 11th of September, the 40-week moving average was almost tested. There was not enough buyers to change that 40-week into a support, and resistance was found again. Now, the optimism around this cup and handle formation will be off the table when the lower part of that handle, waiting at R90.50, starts to change into a resistance again. Now, we can see on the MACD that the bullish trend towards this share has already been confirmed. It's already been confirmed that signal line has changed into a support. I've got bullish green bars waiting there telling me, listen, the buyers on the MACD indicator has confirmed optimism already. So keep an eye on that strong support. The share must not start to consolidate below R90.50. Otherwise, we can see some downside. And again, trading at R94.99 at the moment, we'll have to wait for confirmation of that neckline of 97.66. There is nothing wrong with preempting the formation. So if you're a little bit of a risk taker and you want to preempt it, you can buy around current levels, keep that support that I've mentioned there at 90 Rand 50, a possible stop loss. Look at your average true range indicator, give the share some breathing space. And once that 40-week moving average waiting at 98.42 also confirms optimism, we can maybe see the share back here at that previous strong resistance waiting at 109 Rand 64. PPC, also a share that we haven't spoken about for quite some time, but if I go back to a line graph, I want to highlight something here. Because we can see that this, and I'm going to use a horizontal line because I mean they're almost at the exact level, right? That level around 3 Rand 22, that resistance was found in the week of the 27th of February, as well as in the week of the 2nd of October, where 3 Rand 22 was a roof, it became a resistance, and there was just not enough buyers to take the share above that level again to support some upside. Now, technically, on my MACD, the bullish trend towards PPC has been confirmed, right? We can see it, it's beautiful green bars. Although my blue line looks like it's losing steam, I can't say that it's confirmed yet. So at the moment, the bullish trend on the MACD is confirmed. Now, only when 3 Rand 22 starts to change into a support and remain a support, can I assume that the momentum to the top can continue. Now, the fact that the 3 Rand 22 was tested, remained a resistance, and the share is trading below it, is seen as negative. It tells me, hey, it warns me, saying this share can go back to the 40-week moving average, right? That long-term line in the sand, because that always acts as the magnet. That's the pull action for the share to confirm whether the long-term sentiment is positive or to say, listen, it's still negative. So 2 Rand 77 is the critical support level. You can see, if we look at history, there was a beautiful cup and handle formation that was confirmed. And once that confirmed, I mean, the share went just almost like a lamp pole formation back to 3 Rand 22. So investors out there on PPC, keep an eye on 3 Rand 22. If I go back to a candle graph, we can see that these long shadows was the warning. Was the warning that's saying, listen, as soon as the share spiked, there were definitely investors that took some profit and wanted to take the share lower. So you can even use those as possible targets or resistance levels to determine where the share can go to once it changes 3 Rand 22 into a support. Not an ideal place to buy a share, but a place to maybe consider taking some profit if you are in a profit, because of the fact that that 3 Rand 22 was tested now twice and remained a resistance. So it will be interesting to see whether it can attract more buyers to lift that share price again above 3 Rand 22. Adcock Ingram, ticker on our exchange, AIP. Now we can see that, first the resistance was at 56 Rand 20. The second resistance was in the week of the 26th of September at 57 Rand. Now my AIP, my Adcock Ingram share has already changed the 40-week moving average into a resistance. That was the orange light, right? That started to flash and say, listen, consider taking profit here. My MACD has turned red. Bearish signal towards the share has been confirmed, and only when that top at 57 Rand starts to change into a support again can I assume that the momentum to the top can continue. So at below 53.03 I expect more downside, and only above 57 can I say, listen, I think this is the turnaround. The share might go back to higher levels again. And if we go back and we look at a broader history, we can see, listen, in 2018, 70 Rand, 72 Rand were possibilities for Adcock Ingram, but it just seems like it can't get through that 57 Rand. And for a long-term investor, this possible triple top and double top formation, where resistances were found 3 and 2 times is a warning. It's a warning formation that tells you, listen, there are more profit takers that can maybe take this share lower first before they support it for upside. Don't forget to send through your request via Twitter or email at admin@fransdeklerk.com. Have a fantastic week. Take care.